Your purpose is so simple. A message from the angels, via Ann Albers. May 18, 2019. Hi dear friends. Our purpose is much easier than we think. Read the angels' view on our shared purpose, and I'll share a sweet story of feeling it in a small miracle. Love you all. Ann. Message from the angels. My dear friends, we love you so very much. So many of you upon the earth wonder, what is my life's purpose? You seek to find meaningful work, or meaningful projects, hoping that once you find your purpose you will also feel significant in the greater scheme of life. You want to feel like you matter. Dear ones, you matter right now, whether you are sitting in your house recovering from an injury, and doing nothing at all, or whether you are out feeding, or inspiring millions. Each one of you plays a beautiful part in the tapestry of life. Each one of you is important. There is not a single one of you without purpose. No matter what you do, what you build, or how many souls you care for, there is always, and only one underlying purpose to life: to remember, to re-experience your connection with the eternal source of love in yourself, and in all of creation, and to allow that love to have unique experiences through you as you use your free will to create. We can sum it up very easily. See love, be love, allow love to flow through you into your creations, and your life. If you are laying on the couch recovering from an illness, or injury watching endless hours of TV to pass the time, love yourself. Love your tenacity to keep going, and healing. Love the fact that you are doing something that distracts you from pain, because you care about your own comfort. Pray for your healing. Pray for the healing of all others with this condition, or any condition for that matter. Your love is your service. Your love is your truth. If you are feeding, or inspiring thousands, do so from a place of balance, and love. Love yourself enough to take care of yourself. Know when to rest. Develop healthy boundaries, and a healthy routine of self-care so you can keep going strong. Put your heart, your family, and your personal priorities on an equal level with those you serve, and then you will serve from a cup that runneth over rather than serving from a need to be needed. Dear ones, it is your internal state that determines whether or not you fulfill the purpose of love here upon this earth. No matter what you are doing, you can see love, be love, and live in the flow of love. It is easy to love in heaven. It is easy to feel your connection to the sun when it shines upon you. However, when that light is hidden by clouds, or the gray shadows of winter, can you still find and feel a warmth within, and share that with others? This is your journey here upon the earth. If you were to lift very tiny weights you would not become strong, but if you gradually increase the weights you lift, you would become mighty indeed. If you love when love is easy, that is beautiful, but if you really want to learn to love, then you incarnate on a planet where loving self and others is not always easy. You grow that muscle in small ways at first, choosing to care for yourself, to accept yourself, to be kind to yourself, and then you increase your weights by loving others, even those who are hard to love. Love the light within them, dear ones. You do not have to even like the personality, or the behavior. See, and witness the light in others using your imagination, your inner eye. Imagine those souls who hurt and confuse you burning with a very great light emanating from their hearts. Imagine this light expanding with them, embracing them, dissolving the illusions of their pain and suffering until they too can feel the love that sources their very being. You could bring the dead to life, and the emotionally dead to love, if you could do this strongly enough, from a place of knowing the light within yourself as well. Dear ones, you have purpose, now, and always, and forevermore. Even in your darkest moments, you deepest sadness, you most fiery angers, you are seeking to reconnect with love. Realize this, and suddenly the smallest act in your life becomes imbued with deep purpose. Wash your dishes with love. Pack your lunch with love. Send an email with a blessing and wish of love for the receiver. Pay your bills, and bless them, and give thanks for the eternal flow that will provide the refill. The simplest, smallest act, or thought achieved with love is greater than the mightiest contribution achieved without. We see your purpose, and your light at all times. Our service to you is to bear witness to the truth of your being so you too can step into that light, experience its bliss, and become the light, the way, the truth for those who are not yet there. God bless you. We love you so very much. The Angels. Message from Ann. Hi everyone. Some days the newsletter takes hours for me to write. The angel message is easy. Mine is the one that takes time. I wonder, at times, how I can say something meaningful after writing over 900 newsletters in the last 18 years. However, as soon as I drop into my heart, reread the angel's message, and wait, something comes to mind. This week the angel's sentence, you could bring the dead to life, and the emotionally dead to love, if you could do this strongly enough from a place of knowing the light within yourself as well, brings to mind an incident that happened a few weeks ago. I'm not sure if the little one I brought back to life was actually dead, or merely comatose, but it does illustrate the power of love. I was hobbling around with my broken toe when the sudden impulse to go out to the pool hit me. I know what that means. Some bug, or other critter has fallen in, and wants help out. It never fails. Sure enough, there was a sweet little bumblebee floating sideways, wings soaked, and not moving in the chilly water. By the time I got outdoors, and saw him, he looked nearly gone. I fished him out, but he wasn't moving. I feared he was dead. Oddly enough, I had just been praying to strengthen my ability to help others in miraculous healing. Here was an opportunity to assist. I scrapped my plans for the evening, and sat with the little guy. I put one hand under the net, and another above him. For many minutes nothing happened. I felt no energy moving. His little spirit was clearly out of body. I didn't know if he wanted to stay, or go, and was too attached to get a clear answer, so I prayed. Dear God, if he is ready to leave, get him into the light. If he wishes to live, then work through me to help him. My hands started heating up. I felt a fire inside of me that burnt from the center of my belly, and flowed out through the palms. With my eyes open, I saw blue light glowing around my hands, and flowing into the little guy. I stayed still, and continued to surrender to the energy. The heat turned off after several minutes. It is done now, I heard the angels say. You can go inside, and leave him out here. I wasn't so sure. He still looked dead. I got out my magnifying glass. He lay with legs splayed out to one side, and without movement. His wings were still soaked, and stuck to his furry wet body. I sent him love, and wished with all my heart he could know how deeply he was cherished, and how precious he was in all of creation. Suddenly he started to move. His legs twitched. I was looking at him through the magnifying lens when suddenly he turned his head, and looked at me. I went spontaneously into gaze mode. I felt the presence of love flowing through me, witnessing itself in the form of this tiny bee. He came to life. He started moving his antennae, cleaning himself off. This went on for some time, yet still there was no flight. He'd move, then get still, move, and get still. I finally offered him a rose petal to climb onto so we could get him off the net, and placed him on a patio chair surrounded by lavender buds and rose petals. At least he'd be more comfortable. The angels told me to leave him be, and go eat dinner. Surrender, and, they told me. Trust. I know trust is imperative in healing, so I went inside, praying that he not be eaten by the geckos, or other natural predators. I was still attached. I surrendered more deeply. The next morning he lay immobile. I thought he was dead, so I prayed once again, "Dear God, if he's gone, give me a sign. If he wants to live, let me know." My hands started heating up. I aimed them at the bee. I got the magnifying glass out, and gazed for him. He looked back, started wiggling, and wagging, and looked me straight in the eye through the glass. I burst into tears. I had no idea why I was sobbing. I just felt so much love. "I love you. I hope you get back to your family," I cried. He looked at me again, and wagged even more. I knew he would live, fly, go back home, and have a few more precious days of life on this earth. He did take flight after a very long night, and my heart soared right along with him. I help thousands of people. I teach classes, do readings, do the newsletters, social media, gazing, etc., but my soul knows that in a moment of unabashed pure love with that little bee, with God inside of me looking at God inside of him, there I found purpose, meaning, and another one of the most beautiful moments of my life. Never, ever feel you are without purpose. In the words of Emily Dickinson, "If I can stop one heart from breaking, I shall not live in vain, if I can ease one life the aching, or cool one pain, or help one fainting robin unto his nest again. I shall not live in vain." Here are a few ways to find purpose in the simplest acts of love. 1. Choose to love, and accept yourself. When you catch yourself in an act of self-criticism, use your willpower, and stop. Shift, and acknowledge 3 positive things about yourself. You just chose love. You just lived on purpose. 2. Do something mundane with love. Wash the dishes, fold the laundry, cook dinner, drive to work with consciousness and love. Treat the dishes like you are washing the hands of God. Fold the laundry as if you are soothing the clothing of God. Cook dinner as if you have been gifted the ingredients by the presence of pure love. Thank your car, and bless the drivers on the road. The simplest acts become profound prayers and offerings of love in this fashion. They matter. 3. Practice a random act of kindness. Leave a flower, or a note for a coworker who seems down. Pay for the next person's coffee at the drive-thru, or buy a lottery ticket for a stranger. Hold a door. Say something nice to a stranger on Facebook. Whenever spirit moves you, leave a trail of loving kindness. Always making sure you are being kind to yourself as well. It is easy to look for the big things to bring purpose to life, but the real bliss comes from finding loving purpose in the smaller things, because life is a series of tiny acts and simple thoughts that can be turned into pure, purposeful, spiritual gold. Love you all. Ann.